All right, so developer diary number one, Italy. Good. We're gonna have a rant, probably more than likely, and if there's anything good, well, here we go. All right. Caccialo, as you know, the summer's coming. Blah blah blah. Similar how you do it last time. No step back. The first step diary will focus on content relating to the historical and common branches of whatever. Note some of the changes might be based on previous DLCs being active or not. This is important because I just made a video on why you should probably have all the DLCs, and they're just telling you straight, hey, you should probably have all the DLCs. All of the shit is still WIP, but you all know what that means for Paradox. It basically is more or less set in stone. Let's not think they're gonna rewrite this whole damn thing, okay? Italy joined the Triple Entente Great War, okay, and promised several territorial gains. Taranto and Salterio, Austria, a literal, all the stuff they basically didn't get. African colonies, a whole bunch of stuff. However, many of the promises were not honored, as it says. Blah, 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 blah. All of this caused high social unrest. Yes, it did, and led to Benito Mussolini and the rise of fascism. Remember, fascism is different in Italy than it is in Germany. At this point, it's propaganda, violence, murder, intimidation. Because he came in power in 1922, if I remember correctly. In the early 1920s and 30s, the campaign for the pacification of Libya resulted in the commitment of multiple atrocities. In 1935, Italy invaded Ethiopia. Yes, this is true. The action was condemned by the League of Nations, but they didn't do fucking really shit. Because they couldn't. Now, took strong steps to discourage military action. Out of fear of antagonizing the point, blah, 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 blah. Okay. After this little piece of historical context, let's now look at the game in 1936. Okay, so, Benito Mussolini actually has traits. Oh my god. He has plus 10 political power gain, maximum command power increase multiplier, minus 10, and then the economy, trade, and conscription laws. Great. He's great now. This is one of the best stuff you could possibly take, honestly. Honest to God, it's probably one of the best stuff to get. The max command power increase multiplier is negligible at best. It does nothing. As you can see, which one can be upgraded through the focus trees. So he can actually give even better traits. A fair amount of starting national spirits. The first three you probably know from the current version, no other changes. The other five will go into detail later. Looking at the map, there have been a few changes. Let me brief speakly about it, okay? The split of the Istria state. Yeah, so it looks like they've split Istria, Littoral, away, with the city of Therese and Istria, with the city of Drakestedt, whose name made blah, 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 blah. Okay, what this means in total is that all mods are breaking it. As soon as this comes out, every single mod is going to be broken because they are changing the actual map again. That's what they did for Battle of the Bosphorus, if I'm not mistaken. They put it out as a regular free thing for free people, but it broke because they added more regions. This is going to do the exact same thing. So all mods are going to be broken just right off the bat as soon as this update hits the server, okay? In the beautiful coast of Dalmatia, blah, blah, blah. This thing, Zara, has been increased. Compliance in Zara has been increased from 0 to 70. Oh my god. Really? You changed one number? Congratulations! In Albania, the new VP Duris has been added. They added a victory point. It's no longer the coast. More importantly, Italy have resource rights. Cool. Fair amount of victory points around Italy. Basically, they add more VPs. Okay. There's a new state in the south. Okay, so this is an actual change. It's a new state, so it's no longer just there, with several VPs. Again, it's like cool. All right, yeah. Compliance in Libya has been drastically reduced from 70 to 35%, and slightly increased in the East African colonies from 10 to 20% to better represent colonial management. Okay, so with the 70 to 30% is actually quite a significant hurt on Libya for Italy. They can't get 100%. I can almost guarantee you by 1940, you might be able to, barely, but yeah, it's a lot more difficult, okay? And the 10 to 20% doesn't mean it's a little better. Eritrea and SMR is no longer on the coast. Some provinces have been split. Good. It always made weird sense that Italy had that starting position anyway, because it's not what they had historically. Regarding the battle orders, also been changes to multiple battalions. First, we have the militia battalion, which Italy used to represent black shirts, which, by the way, will have new 3D models. And they do. Look, they have 3D models for black shirts. So they're adding militia units to the game. Okay, let me keep reading. Militias are a new type of infantry which are slightly less organization, but also lower training time. Italian militia battalions also use black shirt divisions, which are capped. A gift from our amazing coders that allows us to script locked divisions that can be recruited with a maximum cap, so you cannot recruit more than specific. Oh no! You are currently fielding 7 of the and 0 and training 0 of our 12 allowed divisions. This leaves you for 5 division templates. What the fuck? Okay. So they had me. They had me for a little bit, and then they lost me. So now they've put a cap on these divisions, and it doesn't look like you can even edit them. There looks like they're edit locked, and oh my god, I hate edit locked divisions. I hate them with a passion. So if you don't know, edit locked divisions are what this is. You can't delete them. You can't change their template. You can do nothing. Okay, that's what they are. That's what they are. That's what they will always be. Here's the problem with these divisions. Okay, they will always eat your equipment. They will always. You can never have a one division training exploit. You can, or not exploit. It's really just one division training. You can't do that with these fucking divisions now. They're useless because they're 12 combat with. Nobody. And on top of all of that, sometimes they get newer equipment than they're supposed to, and they just have it. And they also, for some mods, they would count against your cap limit of how many divisions you could have. I, yeah, cool. And while later see Italians can be improved by both militia battalion stats and division cap through the focus history. I don't get this. Like, if they're just straight worse, which is what they are, they're just straight worse than regular infantry divisions. And then you're like, yes, but now we will cap them, and we will also improve them. Like, I guess it could be like a fun little thing to do, but they're shit, so there's no real use in them. Maybe they have some hidden stat we don't know about. The second new battalion is irregular light infantry used to represent a large variety of non-regular units and bands that took part in both sides of the Italio. There are new 3D models as well. Okay, so they have a new 3D model, and they are irregulars probably. Irregulars are also a new type of infantry with overall slightly lower stats, especially org, but to a minor degree also morale. Okay, they have slightly more HP, lower supply limit and equipment needs, and above all, important benefits and hills. Okay, so what they are is Jaegers, right? They're just better infantry that fight in tougher terrain. Okay, so they might be valuable in both garrisons and your colonies in Africa or to fill gaps in the front line with rough terrain without too much impact on supply. In Italy, these irregular templates are locked, but fuck me. But these focuses allow you to unlock decisions to improve them, even spawn more or disband them if you so desire. Okay, so this option right here for disbanding is going to be nice. And you can even improve them or even spawn more. And disbanding them also lets you maybe change their template. Okay, I see these being useful in very specific situations, okay? So usually mountaineers are better for mountains, okay? But they're not very good in deserts and forests and hills. Nothing is. If you have infantry that are more specialized, that are useful in these types of terrains, right? For example, if you're fighting in Russia, in the forests with no supply, they're very useful. I think they should just add a Jaeger type of infantry to the game, which it seems like what they're doing, but it's only for Italy, which is kind of disappointing. But maybe they will add this for general use, okay? It could happen. It could just be like camel infantry, right? Because camels or infantry are better in the desert than regular guys. I don't know about that. I do like the fact that they are making Jaegers, though, for them. Yeah, so. Also, this little 3D model for the Bursting Yeti, which is what I'm assuming this represents with the little flare thing, the Bursting Yetis, is actually pretty nice, okay? They also get new plane models, which is nice. Regarding Italian leaders, oh boy. The general roster has been increased greatly. Oh, could you imagine? Overall, Italian generals don't have the best skill stat levels or stats compared to other majors, but you may now have many characters with a variety of traits to choose from, so you can groom the most suitable guys to your plan. Let me show you a variety of. Okay, let's take a look. Oh. Crash, he has one of the traits. You can't even give him a goddamn trait. This guy is useful in a very defensive scenario because he has inflexible with Old Guard. This guy, you can mold him. This guy, you can mold him. This guy, you can get adaptable very quickly. And this guy, you can mold him. Okay, so at least you can get one adaptable guy very quickly. I guarantee you can get this guy adaptable in the Ethiopian War. You need to get one trait on him and he gets adaptable. You can get fight in the hills and you can fight in the desert in Ethiopia and get that trait very easy. The political advisor list is way larger than before. Could you imagine? There's also a whole bunch of new Italian designers, and I'm gonna give a big shout out to our artist Judy. Oh, whatever the fuck. Okay, so let's look at this. Armament designer. So the financial expert's gonna give lower consumer goods. Hein. I don't know about him. 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 Quartermaster, silent workhorse. They have a silent workhorse now. That's good. Army maneuver, logistic. Yeah, okay. So it's just an overall improvement to their actual thing so they can actually do something. Let's see some other designers. Battlefleet designer, Mediterranean Fleet. Mediterranean Fleet is very, 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 very good, actually. The only other ones that usually have this is France. Rating again is like one of the best things to have, but they're changing all of. Remember, they're changing the naval stuff, so maybe Battlefleet designer would be better. And the submarine designer is the submarine designer is going to be fucking annoying to deal with. I can already feel it. Cast light multi role. Oh, they're changing aircraft too, so who even knows anymore? But the range is going to be very nice on the Eastern Front if you plan on doing that. You support equipment. Okay, let's be very honest here. The equipment for infantry designer is the only one you choose here. Everything else does not have a place, right? Unless the motorized designer gets you minus production cost. That's it. These artillery and the support equipment guys, you barely use. You will always be upgrading your infantry stuff. Support equipment maybe on a secondary issue, but you have one artillery line, and if you really wanted to, AT guns and AA, but I don't think they count. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. Industrial concern. You don't take electronics. It's fucking worthless. You always take industry because it's the best and it applies the most bonuses. Construction. Refinery is also a half decent option, and a railway company you probably won't ever use. Maybe these construction companies increase your construction speed, so maybe they are useful. But last but not least, we're taking a deep dive. We're not going to go too dive. So I'll say BBA dragging the war on forever to farm XP is not a great idea. There are systems in place that will seriously damage Italian war effort for blah 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 blah. Both diplomatically, League of Nations, and internally. Okay, the dis doesn't mean anything. The internal political discontent, resistance in colonies, and defection in the army. Okay, so basically, what they're trying to solve here is you trait farming. Okay, their mods do this too. I know for a fact Total War does it. It basically gives you like 60 days to, or I think it's like you have like 6 months at a time limit before you take like negative 30 stability, negative 30 war support, and a whole bunch of other stuff, right? I like this idea and concept because it stops trait farming. Now, people are going to still trait farm, obviously. And it's the Italian, this war that they fight with Ethiopia is the best way to do it. Italian can get some of the best generals along with Japan because Japan is fighting China. Okay, they start out with amazing generals when World War II starts. So, but because of that, but now also we did a bit more of the internal study. Let's take a look at these. I can't see any of them, so okay. As you can see, Italian tree has grown considerably. If this is the actual tree, that is massive. I, they really should just lock some of this off. I know mods can do it very easy, okay? You literally just be like, hey, you can't see this until you actually go do it. But I see the reason for them having it there, so you know it's a choice or whatever, but goddamn. As you can see, the Italian tree is growing considerably. All right, let's start with the leftmost branch, the colonial branch. Ethiopian war effort, ministry. You have to develop all of this shit, and I'm assuming you need to do all the development stuff to do the regional development. Let's see. Italian colonies in the Horn of Africa unifies a single colony in 1934, Eritrea. Somalia and the Horn of Africa, they were unified in 1936 with the Ethiopian territories in the province of Italy, East Africa, and in game, this branch will allow you to manage, boost your colonial territories with your colonial troops. Once the war is over, Ethiopia is mainly focused on the Ministry of Italian Africa to unlock occupation laws. You get colonial police out of this. Is colonial police any good? It's better than local police force. But that's not saying much because if you're not at war, you can go on civilian oversight. And that is the best for not having any negative compliance gain. I don't see why he would use this. I can see it being useful for conquering things in World War II. It might be slightly more useful, but usually people just go harsh or labor for the factories or the resources. I don't know about that. And this does worry me because if you have to develop all of these, so like let's say 70-day focus, 70 focus, 70, 70, 70, 70, 70. Like you're not gonna finish any of this. Maybe they're not 70 days. If they're 35 days, I could see you trying to do some of these. Maybe you don't need all of them to finish the regional development. Maybe you do. I'm not positive, okay? This focus will also unlock a decision to deal with colonial management. Train Disband and reorganize the regular forces of the latter, strengthening regular units from battalions, be it regular infantry, camel, or cavalry. Okay. Train irregulars. Creates one irregular, creates one irregular, creates one irregular. Decision 335. Okay. We'll see where this goes. It's kind of interesting. Developing the different colonies will add levels of infrastructure and building slots in some states. Completing the regional focuses will not only add a factory, they will base in extra building slots to the previously developed states. Will also improve your colonial police occupation. Oh, analog decisions to allow a building slot increase to stay with less. Okay. Modify local. Oh my god. Oh my god. That is stupid. Local resources, local factories, resistance. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, no. So this colonial law is gonna be fucking broken. Okay, cool. Italy's just gonna get in World War II. Italy's literally just gonna be the person that gets everything they'll occupy because they have the best laws in doing so. Well, then, okay. Further down the line, you'll be able to improve your living colony to get the most out of it. Here you will find some resources, infrastructure, blah 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 blah. Local. There will also increase local compliance and affected and state representatives. Okay. So let's see. You add one infrastructure to everyone and you get compliance. You could have just said you get compliance when you do the focus. And it is 70 days. Okay, fuck. Yeah, you're not doing that focus for 5 compliance. You are not fucking doing this focus. Yeah. Oh, okay, well, you're not going to do that focus anyway because it's so far down the line and World War II is coming, so cool. Good luck with that one. At the bottom right of the branch, you manage your colonial troops, local units from colonies called Ascari, irregular troops, and yes, they are actually called Ascari, if I remember correctly at least. You can choose to assign colonial troops to police duties, improving your occupation laws one at a time, or you can strengthen your Ascari Corps, getting new divisions in each colony and unlocking Ascari Gen. Oh god. Okay. The colonial police is very good. And the strengthen the Ascari Corps is, let's see, is it actual choice? Yeah, okay, cool. You're choosing the police force every time because this bonuses are kind of stupid. They're really insane. And the Ascari General, he gets Desert Fox and something else. Maybe it depends if you can edit your divisions, because if you can't edit them, then I see no point, because that law is really good. Finally, you can boost your troop spawning extra divisions, unlocking irregular leaders. Olamangano, the commandant, a very interesting guy, by the way. One of the coolest new focus icons. Okay. 2 irregular divisions, hardened irregular bands, 5 attack, defense, and speed for regular. I can see it being useful, so we'll just have to see what it turns out, right? Because that movement in desert is very nice. Because you could put that on even a motorized guy and you get out and circle divisions. But the problem is you run out of speed. You run out of supplies, and then your speed drops off the fucking. The way they've done supply now, if you go out of supply for a second, you lose all your mobility. So let's now talk about the industrial branch. All right, let's see this. Italian highways, power plants. You get your research slot right there. Small arms branch. Okay. First thing, Italian now has 2 national spirits. Related to the industry and can be approved through the focus tree, blah, blah, blah. The IRI in 1933. Yes, we know about this. Vito Mussolini. IRI became the largest of the banks. Yes, in-game represented a discount to all designers and a small construction fee bonus. Wow, that is a lot of bonuses. Holy shit. That's going to save you a ton of political power. That's very nice, Spirit. Italian military industry was also significantly smaller. Yes, it was. And most resource materials had to be imported. That is also true. There was a little stockpile of resources. That is true. In fact, many Italian merchants were in foreign ports at the time or immediately impounded. True. Furthermore, the Ethiopian War also known as the Italian Abyssinian War, and the Italian massive involvement in the Spanish Civil War. Yes, it literally broke Italian's economy before World War II even started. That is true. I'm pretty sure she's going to keep going on with that, which reduced competition and keep. Yes, they had an absolute monopoly and associated with Fiat. All these things represented in game with red modifiers. Oh, fuck. Okay. That is bad. That is very bad. That is bad. That is bad. That is bad. That is terrible. That is not that bad. That is not that bad. That is bad. Okay. Back to the focus tree. Okay, so you basically start with a lot of negative modifiers. And maybe you can get rid of them. I'm assuming you can get rid of them because this isn't a mod made by someone that doesn't like Italy. Italian highway infrastructure. Okay. You get 365-day bonuses for Italian for infrastructure. For 35-day focus? Maybe. It depends if you want to get more resources out of your states. I could see this being useful in Africa after you conquer like Egypt or something like that. The right sub-branch allows generally more citizens and improves the RI spirit, but you can also choose developing in Northern I. Okay. Invest in Edison. Modify. In Central Branch, you can see consumer goods, some temporary and some permanent. -5 consumer goods, very good. Fuck. -5 consumer goods for an investment is very nice. And the 2 civilians factors are okay. To the right is a military sub-branch. 2 factories for 2 trucks and 2 light aircraft is fucking piece of shit for 70-day focus, I'll tell you that. You don't need any of these fucking forts. You don't need any of these forts. Okay. But yeah, alright, so you added them. Just, okay. At the end of the branch is another decision to be made to boost your production lines, which will have a small consumer goods in exchange for recurring things in the military branch. Okay, so you can modify your fucking shit. Okay. Increase production. So you get your retention, efficiency cap. Production base is kind of fucky. Factory output, and you increase your consumer goods. Okay, keen specialization. You reduce the military retention rate, which is very fucking bad, actually. And you increase it. I would take this one over that one. I'll tell you that right the fuck now. For keen specialization. So let's go back and look at this. So you can't even fucking see it. It doesn't exist. Cool. Fantastic. It's just something we can't actually see. But hey, yeah. Okay, cool. Alright, so let's move on to the army brand. Alright, cool. The Italian Royal Army was not in great shape in 1936. This is very true historically. There was a concerning lack of modern equipment. Poor Italian tanks. Kind of worked in Ethiopia. Yeah, well, they didn't have any tanks, so when you have a tankette, I mean, it works. Most of the guns were artillery World War One. It was also the priming fuses and artillery gun. That's a fun fact, but yeah, it wasn't mainly the artillery guns. It was the fuses that were having a fucking problem. In game, the national spirit penalizes reduced. Okay. Division speed minus org. Org loss when moving plus 30. Oh, that's bad. Max entrenchment plus 10%. Land doctrine. Okay, this is all bad, but that org when moving is fucking atrocious. Okay. Army primacy is still at the top of it, so 35-day focus now and right at the 2. You keep traditional warfare, go mobile warfare. I don't know. Grand battle plan's piece of shit doctrine. There are uses for it, so we will see. A bandit war. Modify org loss when moving minus 15. Very good. Okay, division speed. Mobile warfare doctrine. Armored recon. What the fuck? Why would you never... You would always choose bandit war over this one. What the fuck? You even get 2 doctrines off. Oh, okay. That's fine. The mobile warfare doctrine is the best one in my opinion anyway, so... The central focus of this branch is to primarily represents the military working organization that Italy undertook in the 1940s. All 3 branches have a focus. Look like this. The focuses require Italy to be at war with a major country and remove or significantly reduce some penalties in the related national spirits. Okay, cool. So basically, be at war with the following countries and you get shit off. Cool. Fantastic. For a 35-day focus. Okay, 35 days I can live with. Focus on the left, boost the special forces cap. This is very good because the Italian has some actually very good special forces in World War II. You can make very specialized infantry out of the Italian army. Okay, 3 paratroopers, 1 paratrooper, 1 airborne technology, special forces cap modifier. Ooh, that's good. That 2% right there, you may think that's fucking nothing, but that is major. The special force out of combat is nothing. The paratrooper organization is nothing. But that 2% multiplier is very good. I will always take this focus. And you can stack it with the 5% you get from expanded special forces. So you can get like 7% on top of your base 5%. So what is that? That's like 12%. So that's really good. To the right of the branch emphasizes production tank theft plus research. You can also choose between ending the fiat and the fiat also duopoly, removing the research penalties. Oh, okay. Modernizing this a bit more production in the factory. Either way, we just saw increase your consumer goods, representing big industries whenever necessary to get such bonuses. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Let's say you're offering choices, right? This just unfucks your penalty for research. If you don't care about that, you can modernize them and get production cost off, I'm assuming, off of your stuff. Yeah, modernizing a solid factory. 5%, 5%, 15%. Equipment experience cost. What the fuck? Oh, come on. Really? I was expecting it to actually be fucking useful. It's fucking trash. This one's just straight bitter. What the fuck? Lack of resource penalty, too, on top of that, because you're not going to have chromium. Equipment experience cost. I'm assuming that means you can modify your equipment. Like, you can increase it, but you can't do that base game on infantry equipment. So I'm wondering what the fuck it's going to be on. Maybe mechanized? It could reduce the cost. I can see it being situationally useful for that one. And the Air Force. Ooh, here we go. We're going to have a fucking fun time with the Air Force. The Italian Royal Air Force, the Regio Aeronautica, became an important propaganda tool in the fascist regime. It was, however, the Italians said that the Italian Air Force was not successful during the Italian Open War. The Italy faced literally no opposition in the air. That is true. And they lost 70 aircraft and 100 personnel. Wow. Shortly after the Spanish Civil War, with more than 700 aircraft, 6,000 personnel to aid them, the Italian CR-32 proved to be better than the I-15 and 16, which led to making the Nationals have the upper hand in both the terms. Yeah, okay, blah, 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 blah. Several factors. Okay, H generation chance, plus 10%. And negatives. Here we go. Negative 10, naval mission efficiency. That is really bad. Air accident chance. Nobody cares. Night ops, very bad. That 15, bad weather, very bad. Air superiority bonus in combat, plus 5. That's okay, but the doctrine, yeah. So you need to get rid of this. Summon to the army branch. To the right, expand the Rome flying school. You offer selections. Basically, you get a choice here. Better pilots and better maintenance of the aircraft. Be able to change the fate of I can't say those names. Repairs near accident 1940, maybe. Italia Babylon has survived and been better coordinated. Reggio. Okay. Modify air accident chance, minus 10. Minus 5 for the night ops. And minus 5 for... That's not enough. I mean, I guess you can take more of them, right? So you have 2 aces. Look at that. Standardization, specialization, present on other decisions to make production costs. Okay, let's see this. Standardization. Modify military industry by air equipment experience cost. Okay, so this is all aircraft are minus 5, though. So this is what happens when you build a plane. I mean, you're going to build a plane like once. So at minus 5% might be very well worth it. I don't know, though. I don't know, because maybe you can upgrade some stuff. Air equipment experience minus 50, all production 5. This one is probably better. Be honest, that minus 50 compared to just 25 XP cost. Yeah, this might be actually better. At the bottom of the tree, you have multiple aircraft companies. Okay. Multiple aircraft templates, allied warfare production bonuses. Supremacy in the sky. Okay, more modifications and gives you stuff. And now we're to the Navy branch. Holy fuck, we're only halfway through. Okay, this Navy branch is stockpile fuel. I'm interested in what that one is. Okay, it's a big branch. The Italian Royal Navy, Reggio Marina, also suffered some issues. One of the main was the lack of modern equipment, such as radar, sonar, due to the Italian Navy had a really hard time detecting vessels under foul weather just at night. Yes, this is true. Probably even more important was the poor coordination between the Italian High Command, Commando Supreme, and the Reggio Marina. Yeah, it was basically the fucking Air Force and Navy couldn't talk to each other. That was the main issue. Besides the fact that they didn't have any fucking fuel, but yeah. During the early stages of World War II, critical mistakes were made, such as disapproving of the plan to invade a still weak defended Malta. This is very true. They could take Malta very easily. And the Holy Time military suffered from them. Yes, because the Malta just raided the shit out of people. In game, they represented the Merchant Marine and National. Okay, let's see. Fight fleet coordination, minus 5. Fucking... Okay, naval detection chance, minus 10%. That is nothing. Spawning speed, minus nothing. Screen efficiency, plus 10. Alpaca the... Okay, yeah, no, this isn't that bad. That's bad. That's not trash at all. That fleet coordination might hurt a little bit. The detection and spotting speed, that doesn't fucking mean anything. That doctrine cost, though, plus 10 is bad. But this 10% bonus for fleet, when you have a part of the fleet, is very fucking nice, actually. In the branch, you can expect a bunch of dock here naval bases, and some naval production, blah, 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 just like the previous branches. The Super Marina. The Central reduces... Remove the initial doctrine penalty, get some minor bonuses. Right, stockpile fuel. Okay. Stockpile fuel. Oh my god. That is good. Holy shit. For 30-day, 5-day focus? Okay. War with exiled countries excluded. War with exiled countries excluded? What the fuck? So I guess they're adding war with exiled countries excluded. So I'm assuming this means that you're at war with Ethiopia, but they're, huh? I wonder how they're gonna do that. Cause okay, that's really weird. I wonder because that's a new thing. War with exiled countries excluded. So I guess you just continue to be at war with Ethiopia for the entire game. I don't know how that works. So, but the bonus is Army fuel consumption minus 15, Army Navy fuel consumption minus 50, air consumption minus 50, fuel silo construction speed by 50% for 700. Ooh, this is an amazing focus. Oh my god, this is amazing. You take this a little bit before World War II when you have a lot of civs and you can build your stockpile up, get everything, and then just eat no fuel. That is amazing. Germany should have something like that, but I guess fucking not. Naval cooperation programs will send an event to Sweden to represent the historical purchases of some old Italian escort ships in exchange for some minor consumer good bonuses for Italy. Unlock the improved homogeneous decision. Research group. Okay. Cooperation agreement. So you unlock a cooperation agreement with Sweden. Oh, good. Sweden can do something. Oh, look at that. Transfers to destroyers. Okay, so obsolete ships. I don't know if that's worth it. This on right down here is not worth it. The 70 focus is not worth it. Unlocks naval cooperation program. Decision to cooperate with Italian allies and purchase navies. Okay, so this one might be better. Let's look. You get 50 XP. That's quite a lot, actually, in one naval doctrine for 30 days. For 60 days. For 15 and 15. Okay, yeah. Yeah, okay, I can see this being very useful, especially for you to fill out a doctrine before you come into World War II. Very useful. Maybe this is worth the 70-day focus in. And this shit right here probably isn't, but the ability to get this decision stuff is. There are also some choices to be made. The naval branch empathizing screens are going for brutal capital ships. Okay. Screen minus 5, plus 5, plus 5. Industrial goods. 3 trade interdiction doctrines. Wow, that is a fucking lot. 1 light cruiser hull. Okay. 5, 5, 5, 1, 3, 1. If they don't change anything, depending on the changes they are making with the Navy stuff, which my opinion is going to favor fleet and being now a whole lot heavier than it does screening, because because the way it worked was rating doctrine, which is what this one gives you, was basically for you to not get hit because of visibility. But now they're reducing that quite significantly, like almost in half. So armor is probably going to come out on top. And for the best armor in the game for battleship fleet and being was the best. So maybe it now becomes the best doctrine because the minus 5 on capital ships is very good. The plus 5 armor, you can stack even higher armors now because that minus 5% right there doesn't seem like a lot, but that is fucking massive for a ship. Okay, the Strike Force Orglass is nothing, but the 5 speed here is also nice on your screens. But again, they're nerfing this one and they're buffing this doctrine. So at the bottom, you have yet to see a choice in the time synthesize submarines. You go for long range cruiser submarines. Oh my god, they're the last nation to get them. France has them. Germany has them. Japan has them. United States has them. Fucking France has them. Soviet Union has them. Great Britain is the only one that doesn't. Okay, and now you get them too. So cool. And if you don't know what I'm talking about here, it's like the Surcouf. Okay, and I'll read on this. So we make easy both focus on couple dockyards, blah blah blah. Cruiser subs, the new midget sub. Oh, this is the midget sub is. I don't know if they should add this to Japan because they use them in Pearl Harbor, but that's a different point. Added a couple production lines. Additionally, midget sub decision to unlock sell cute things to your minor allies. I could see the minor sub thing being a lend lease to like Romania. Oh wow, it is fucking tiny. Does it even have any 500 kilometers? Oh wow, that is real short. 2D midget sub. Okay. I see this being useful in the black. Well, I don't even know if you can pass through the fucking Dardanelles with subs. I don't think you can. Maybe it's useful. Maybe if you can pass through the Dardanelles, it could be useful. If you can't pass the Dardanelles into the Black Sea, you're gonna have a real problem, and I don't think you really can. Okay. Totally opposite choices. What the fuck is this? Okay. Italian. Yeah, okay. So you export, build 5 midget sub for Yugoslavia, take 9 days to produce them, gain ship sold plus 30, minus 1, minus 5. Okay, that may not be worth it, but fuck it. The opposite side choice about carriers. Italy had no carriers during World War II, but there were plans to convert a couple fastliners into proper carriers with powerful engines, okay? The reason they didn't do this is for the reason you can do in-game. You have 2 giant aircraft carriers. Actually, you have 3 giant aircraft carriers in the Mediterranean. They are Sardinia, Sicily, and Italy. They are unsinkable. So you had planes there, and those planes could do, if they actually did their fucking job, you don't need carriers, but that's besides the point. Here you can go for the option that gets you case designers for the decent Aquila class carrier. You can also choose to go an even cheaper designer for something. Okay, you basically refit fucking ships. Okay. Proper carriers, you get variants that you can build, and the refit. Oh, that refit is not worth it. That refit is fucking not worth it. Okay, nope, don't do that. That minus 25 deck size is fucking terrible. And that's permanent. You can never get rid of that. Ever. That is bad. That is bad. Because that reduces the amount of aircraft you can put on the carrier. Your CAG size. And if I remember one thing, they're not changing the CAG rules, so that's fucking terrible. So you're always going to do proper carriers if you even go down this line, which I don't even think you really need to. Aquila class. Oh, wow, that's actually not a fucking trash design. Oh my god, is Paradox learning how to do Navy right? The guys, they're fucking learning. Oh my god. Proper carriers. Let's go look up at the fucking thing. Wow, that's very far down. Holy shit. Okay, never mind. Oh my god, that's far down. 1, 2, 3. Okay, you can at least get a decent 1936 carrier. I don't know how long it will take you to get down there, but yeah. That carrier's decent. That one is not. Yeah, don't, no. These focuses between grant some more dockyards, research bonuses, naval combat bonuses, template executing mating with the Flotilla Evasive, which is the ultimate focus to help you dominate seas, among other things. Significant amount of dockyards, including states in North Africa, Iberia, France, if controlled by Italy, and boost some of your naval production. That's a fucking trash design. That's a fucking trash design. Now let's skip to the political bonuses and stop briefly. Okay. Oh, foreign policy. All right, let's see. Foreign affairs, Balkan ambition, potential Balkan alliance. War. So you have the funny meme stuff. The ban of Balearic Islands is actually useful for airbase near Malta or near Gibraltar. Okay, it just looks relatively simple, actually. Okay. In the branch, you share with alt history past. You can first decide to antagonize Yugoslavia by getting claims on the Dalmatian coast, sending ultimatum to them. And they'll probably tell you to go fuck yourself and you'll start World War II early, so that's probably not a good idea, and probably just going to be banned straight out. You can also seek to find reliable allies in the Balkans, potentially Yugoslavia. Okay, so just alt path. Alright, fine. By the leftmost part, you'll have the Albania sub branch, in which you can send ultimatum to Albania. Just like usual, but you'll also be able to significantly boost oil extraction here. Support Albanian independentalism for fast claims in the Balkans and form the Albanian fascist militia. Okay, cool. Also increase the black shirt cap. Okay. Fascist support. Alright. At the rightmost is the Iberian branch, not too many changes, and even the Capo de Terrible. The former support has been slightly more appealing effects. Yeah, could you imagine? Ground effect. It basically gets you better air volunteers. Creates 2 fighter wings and 1 bomb wing and active in Latvia in case. Basically, you can sell your destroyers to fucking Spain. I don't see this focus being very useful, but maybe it leads like something to something else. Okay, Caspeduta. Where the fuck is that thing? Is it even here? Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. You need to do this focus, that piece of shit one, to get the Balearic Islands. Okay, yeah. So you need to take this focus anyway if you're going to get the Balearic Islands, which you probably should do anyway. 35-day focus isn't that bad to get the Balearic Islands. Okay, that's probably needed. And here's your little shitty planes you get out of it. 3 sub-branches in the middle are juicy parts of the foreign affairs branch with practice steel, circle axis path, and the Italian first. The alt history path will bring its own faction, not having seen. Okay, whatever. You always had these options. The third branch is the Strezia front, which is basically Italy gets Austrian independence and opposed to Anschluss and starts World War Germany. Okay, more alt paths, great. Which potentially leads to Italy getting closer to the UK and France, which can in turn later Later to negotiate some colonial concessions in Africa to force the Allies to recognize Italian claims in the Balkans and ratify the Strazia Front, and seek closer cooperation with new friends. Oh boy. And face the natural enemy of capitalism, imperialism, the Soviet Union. Eastern threat. Okay, so you get a 10% attack bonus against them. Yeah, that's good. That's very good for Eastern Front for a year. That's very good. Now let's go back to the political. Oh my god. Wow, they really don't know when to stop. We'll go through the focuses in a minute, but we need to talk about the main system for Italy. Mussolini's missions are sometimes nicknamed the Mussolinis. The main purpose of the system is to represent the growing ambitions of one of the most infamous dictators while being a tool which helps guide players. Okay. Mussolini's events will pop up in January and June with few exceptions and consist of an event which you are presented with Mussolini's demand, activating a mission. You need to complete the mission before the time runs out, otherwise you will have failed the Duce for the last time. Wanted this system to offer some challenges and rewards the players, not to punish people for doing whatever for some random fascist guy wants to do. Well, you feel very depending on the themes. Failing will only have mild penalties, so you should never feel forced to do them, but you are interested. Especially in mid to late game, where these missions can be a bit more crazy. Okay. Long story short, Mussolini's ambitions were many, and he wants you, dear player, to fulfill those. Spoiler alert, you're about to see a lot of WIP, okay? As you already know, Italy starts at the game at war with Ethiopia, so the first Middle East invasion to pop up within a couple of weeks after the game start. Mussolini will ask you to make some actual progress in the war, and the Ethiopian Christmas offensive, and end it by Christmas. Okay, in case you have two options, you can either opt for major offensives to try to push advance by all means necessary, or you can choose a more methodical approach. Be wise in your decision because it affects the Duce's decision, expectations, and time. Okay, so major offensive, world increase you get a 50% increase. Italian gain. Ethiopia against Italian, which enemy air support plus 75. We need more time. Okay, let me be very frank here. Unless it's Ethiopia's an actual fucking player, you don't need to do this button, and you're gonna choose the 240-day button because it gives you more time to grind. So yeah, okay. Let's see. Conquered northern Ethiopia. Will abort. The second Ethiopian war is ongoing. If not completed within 120 days, you will gain 3 war support, political power. I'm assuming this is 1936. Effects when completed. So you have to be making progress, it seems. But that's all it says. You have 120 days. Okay, cool. It's trying to prevent you from grinding out, but those penalties are not bad at all. The first set of the moves which pop up during the first use of the game are preset, as I mentioned above, aiming, guiding new players, such as building factories, having certain manpower on the field, or stockpiling trucks. They don't Mussolini be randomized. With certain certain thing. Oh, fuck. Okay. Increase the field reserves. If not done, you get -3 war support. That's not amazing. Field reserves. Ammunition efficiency +5 fleet. That has very minor benefits. You have a year to do it. Okay, yeah, okay. I can see it. It's a little buff to Italy just every so often if they actually do it. Back to the political branches. The first 3 branches are a bit special in the sense that they cannot be completed manually. Instead, they are auto-completed based on your success or failure in the first Mussolini conquering. Oh, that's interesting. Succeeding in both missions before the timeout will auto-complete. Solid progress. If you fail at least one of them via event auto-complete. Okay. That's good. I like that. I actually like that. That's a nice feature to have. Basically, it's going to do this whole focus thing for you, if depending on your decisions you have done. Solid progress is what you're going to do if you're going to go historical. Okay. All right. Solid progress. Yeah, you get very minor benefits. Okay, cool. Struggles in Ethiopia might be useful if you're going to aim for an alt pest. Okay, for fascist or monarchist run if you have BBA. But it's still not going to end the way. Battle for the Bosphorus? I don't know. BBA. Someone write me what the fuck that is. But you fail the missions and had an auto-complete the focus. You can still go down the historical path. Struggle for Ethiopia. Oh, yeah. The Abyssinian Frank. I'm always suspicious of -3 stability because I played a mod. Total War, obviously, apparently. But stability was very hard to get. But base game stability is very easy to get, again, consistently. So that's not a bad thing at all. Abyssinio Francus, what do you do if you want to take Italy a completely different path? This focus is not available without BBA. So, uh, by blood by. Okay, so BBA is what they're talking about for this whole DLC. Okay, yeah, okay. It's not available without BBA, but thought it would be a good show here for structural purposes. Okay, so this is what you get for the by blood. So they're just reworking the whole fucking focus tree and then giving you some more options if you do by battle. What the fuck? If you have a lot of resistance, completing the focus, creating an intel agency, getting extra operatives. Okay, so you have very good operatives, and they're bears. After the triumph in Africa, you have a selection of focuses that will help post-war consumer goods and compliance to deal with the decisions of local lords. I'm assuming this is a funny fucking meme thing. They're doing this to piss people off, which I think is hilarious, actually, because there are people that are gonna fucking be like, "Oh, my World War II historical realism is fucking dying." Once, okay, balance of power is a new feature accessible through the main political path. Once activated, provides a modular generic system of sliders that can be driven in almost any way and provide different outputs. Watch out, VWIP. Okay, so it just basically lets you slide things over. It's kind of like TNO if you play that thing. In the image above, you can see a slider with certain thresholds, an icon each extreme representing the Grand Council of Fascism to the left and Duce to the right. The value of the slider can be modified via effects, flat changes, or modifiers daily or weekly, making the slider more towards one side or the other. The bubbles representing the thresholds. Once the slider value trespasses a threshold, effect can be triggered and modifiers can be activated. In Italy, there is a bubble in the middle of the slider that represents a neutral range not belonging to any political side, and no effects either way. Okay, so like a middle balance. Okay. However, by default, the Italian balance of power already starts in favor of Mussolini as historical. Activating the modifier in the rightmost green bubbles, once activated, can be activated at any time. So each time a new threshold is reached, the new modifiers replace the former ones from the bubbles. I think what it's trying to say is like it keeps bouncing up. Okay, cool. Keep in mind that bounce of power is sometimes good. You might want to go full on one side. And the times you want to be staying around the middle. Okay, that's fine. Italy moving full and Duce's side will grant fairly large bonuses, but also come with minor penalties. To represent the issues of having unchecked authoritarian meddling and everything. Okay, total dominance is fucking not bad at all. It's actually very good for you. This is very good for you. That minus 0.5 for all that stuff is very minor. The political power gain is very good. Stability and war support is very good. However, moving toward much of the Grand Council is also extremely dangerous when you keep your political leader in charge. Minus 5 war support. Offensive war penalty minus. Oh my god. Yeah, because you go. If you're in an offensive war, you already start at negative 30 stability, and now this is going to be negative 40 stability. That's pretty bad. Motion, no confidence in the Duce. The fascist Grand Council becomes. Okay, so basically, I think you're just getting rid of Mussolini. As you can see, the Mussolini can be ousted by the Grand Council of Fascism and the Mouse of Power more. Okay, however, it's not the worst case scenario if Italy reaches the last threshold in the Grand Hell. Start a civil war! Oh boy. I'm assuming scary, you can see playing as Italy, there's several ways to increase decrease the balance of power. I'm assuming this is how you get monarchists in power or something stupid like that. I don't know. Non-aligned start a civil war, so that's what I'm assuming is going to be. Certain events and focuses will move the balance power one direction or another, just like focuses. Okay, yeah, so move 5% towards Benito Mussolini. Okay. You might notice there are decisions inside the balance of power window. These decisions belong to regular decisions and have been tagged for use and by blood or BOP. These decisions also used, moved and BOP in directions. Okay, hold a military parade. Benito Mussolini. Okay, there are also certain advisors that will remove the balance of power towards the Grand Council of Fascism. When hired, each hierarchy is cheaper than your regular advisors. Provide at 5%. Oh, wow, that is very good. The PP, the fascism is okay. Support in addition with the actual ministry. Okay, so let's look. 5% political power, 5% factory output, dockyards, fascism. When higher, balance of power moves 15% negative towards the Grand Council. He's only 75 political. Wow, he's very good. That's funny. Okay. If you are desperate, the Bob decisions for Mussolini to take over and take the ministry to the hierarchy above is something he actually did historically, granting him a weaker bonus compared to other actual advisors, provided locking the hierarchy and firing him if he was hired, and significantly increasing Bob towards Mussolini's side. You can also He can always reign over positions after a while once the situation is under control. Take over Ministry of Justice. Bop moves to Mussolini. Okay, that's not a very great, but okay. Resign Ministry of Justice position. Okay, resistance decay. All right, yeah. Last but not least, after some time, the Italian population was really not on board with the war and how things were going. This is true, not on the Eastern Front, on the Balkans, and definitely on Africa. And also when they landed in Sicily was fucking over at that point. A critical factor that represents a long in-game process moving Bop towards the council whenever a state owned by Italy is lost to the enemy. I like that. Losing a colony or a non-core state is very small impact, I agree. Only when Bop slightly towards the council once more. However, losing a core will not only move Bop towards the council, but also activate weekly modifiers that can stack up to 5 times, moving Bop value towards the council over time. Okay. National Bop is currently 17 on the towards the Grand Council. Balance is currently trending towards Mussolini. Weekly balance change minus 1.5. Okay. This means that if war goes really badly for Italy, a civil war will take place in the middle of World War II. Oh, just like it is historically. Oh my god. This is so fucking annoying when it happens in Total War. It's going to be very annoying for you because what's going to happen is you're going to be like, oh, they paradropped Rome, and then boop, it fucking starts a civil war or something stupid. I guarantee you it's going to be like that. As you can see, there's a lot of stuff that can be done with the balance of power system, as many things you might, or bop, might be thinking. The free features offered a potential for mods. Will likely be talking more about how to use that in the future dev diary. This thing offers mod stuff. The rest of the shit you just mods did it before. Back to the Italian focus tree. Let's take a look at the fucking political agenda after completing to do so. Okay, so we have these focuses. I don't even think we're anywhere fucking near done. Holy shit. To the left of the focuses mostly relate to Italy. Mussolini and his traits in a sub-branch right below the Duce is based on 3 famous economic battles for grain, land, and birth. Life as a lion, modify lion tamer, plus 5 war support, offensive war penalties. Okay, so negative, not instead of negative 30, is now a negative 20. And it moves to Mussolini. You get building slots. Political power for more than a year is very good. And that's okay. Mussolini can become pretty scary if you complete all the focuses of his cold person. Oh my god. Political power plus 15. Recruit population plus 15. Stability plus 15. The ideological defense doesn't mean shit. Mexican manpower doesn't mean shit. Daily fascism is very good. Or good, at least. Economic fucking minus 15 is good. Lion tamer. Party popularity stability modifier plus 10. Because that's the stability you get from having your party be popular. It's very good, actually. Surrender limit plus 5%. War support plus 5%. Offensive war penalty plus 10%. Defensive damage to garrisons minus 15. Puppet cost minus 10. Subject manpower requirements plus 15 if you want to actually do that. Master impact minus 0.01. If I remember correctly, that's good. Militia organization plus 10. Keep these two branches will merge further down in a final late game sub branch, which you will find claims and work goals on. Keep in mind these things are more relevant for the peace conference rework and some useful manpower. Okay, cool. This is funny, and that's fucking stupid, but I fuck it at this point. We're just doing whatever we want to do for Paradox. A colonial empire, modified. Okay, you gain claims on everything in Africa, and you get 15 encore manpower. That's actually pretty nice. Not amazing. You're not gonna get it like a lot of people out of it, but hey. The last 2 remaining sub branches are the alt stuff. Cool. On the left, we have the internal branch. It provides bonuses to stability, war support, PP, and also gaining some extra operatives, espionage bonus. A lot of resistance only. So you have to have that DLC. Like to the right. So let's see. Root out resistance. That's actually useful. Ops useful. Those are not very fucking useful at all. More than 4 intel agency upgrades. Yeah, so it's useful. To the right, we have the Black Shirt sub-branch. Security and militias provide mostly manpower resistance bonuses. Okay. The Astrial Assault Battalions unlock support battalions. The Black Shirt Assault Battalion, which adds some extra soft attack and breakthrough to your visions. And strengthening the Black Shirts, on the other hand, boosts your militia organization, increase the Black Shirt cap. Are they S Special Forces? No. It might be worth having these guys. I don't know. If they added terrain penalties, it might be better. I don't know, because they could modify them. Strengthen the Black Shirts. Militia organization plus 5. New division. Modify template by plus 12. So you can have 12 more divisions and creates 3 of them. Cool. But not least extra nice bonuses. Even more Black Shirt divisions. Yay. And we're done with the Italian focus, sure are we? The one last thing I want to show you guys is that we have mentioned about the early Civil War. The Council in Power and event will pop up. Okay, for the Civil War, each side potentially becomes a puppet of the faction leader for each side in the war. When appropriate, in a historical game, the fascist Italy Socialist Republic will remain in the Axis to become puppet of Germany. This is what happened historically, so I like this. Total War does the exact same fucking thing, except it nerded Italy to the point where it just doesn't exist and can't actually do anything, but that's besides the point. While the breakaway tag, the non-aligned Kingdom of Italy will join the Allies as a UK puppet. That's interesting. There are few prefix states, because that doesn't really happen, but I see why they do it. There are a few prefix states splits based on states occupied by the enemy when the Civil War starts, and the occupiers receive an event in which they concede those states to their new Italian friends. But if you don't have by blood, you will become the Italian Socialist Republic. While BBA is active through, you can choose to change tags and continue playing as either Kingdom of Italy or... Okay. I like this, okay? I actually like this, because what it can mean is if Italy gets invaded and your Italian players are, like, getting fucked, and they're like, you know what? Fuck Germany. They didn't help us this game. You can switch sides and fuck the Allies. I kind of like that. That's pretty nice. Both the Italian Socialist Republic and the Kingdom of Italy have a custom Civil War branch. This is actually new, because I remember correctly, most countries don't have a custom actual Civil War branch. They have branches afterwards, after you become a country again. Then they will have their focuses unlocked, right? For like oppose Hitler, like you can have like one focus, but you have to actually win the war to continue them. This is different. This gives you actual stuff. Well, that's nice. Good job, Paradox. The anti-fascist breath on the left is only playable with BBA, starting applying state modifiers in the Italian states controlled by fascism. Okay, increasing resistance. After that, there are two options based on your choices, monarchist or communist. Ooh, resistance plus 10% required garrisons. Okay. On the right, the monarchist path of focus. Significantly more powerful than your militias. The king's finest. Bersenietti. And Carabiniers. Great, three divisions and one. I don't know what that is. The communist specific ones. Oh my god. At 3D models. We'll spawn militias with 3D models and boost the state modifiers mentioned above. Why does Paradox have a fucking fascination with communism? Plus 10 resistance, plus 10 garrison, Gattaca Stapi, targeted sabotage, efficiency plus 1. You get another operative, and then you get strengthened resistance effectiveness and make resistance contacts. Yay. Oh, they are actual fucking communists. Oh, look at that. That's not only the most powerful donkey icon, also the most powerful national spirit, also provided good bonuses to boost your non-fascist militias. Okay, so this one. Daily communism. Mountain warfare doctrine. While the national spirit is active, the militias gain a whole bunch of fucking shit because communism and more communism. I really like communism. The Socialist Republic on the bright side is the only spawn some black shirt divisions that are also permanently improved. Both militia and black shirt assault battalions. Okay. The Italian will spawn Ascari colonial troop divisions in your controlled colonies. Anti-partisan measures help keep resistance penalties. Okay, so you basically spawn Ascari. And then you have anti-partisan movement. Yeah, so basically he's reducing the garrisons and root out mission efficiency. That's the spy thing is nice. And then you can create some. Okay. Oh, within the states have powerful bonuses in exchange for stability. Okay. Consumer gets -5, minus sensibility. That's pretty bad. Super Underline plus 10 is actually pretty nice. In 365 days. Last but not least, both branches have the Italian independence at the end, which works the same way for each side. It gets unlocked. The Civil War will send an event to the Italian overlord requesting independence. If the overlord refuses, the Italian tag will get an independence war goal. Once the war goal is used to declare war, they will get a time national spirit to use both. Okay. Well, basically, you can you can ask to be independent, and knowing the AI, they'll tell you to go fuck yourself, and the players will definitely tell you to go fuck yourself. So, and you can't even fuck it. All right. And that's all the deals. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll come back next week. And well, oh my god. Woo, boys. That is massive fucking focus shit. Oh my god. Alright. I don't see anything here, so we'll leave it at that. That was a very long dev diary. I am sorry it took that long. Oh my god. Anyway, I hope you guys liked that video. Leave a like, leave a comment. Tell me what your opinion is and answer some of my questions. Otherwise, I will
to see people for the next Dev Diary, which I'm assuming is coming. Otherwise, on your screen should take you back to the old Dev Diary. I'll see people later.